Hi there. This is the intro video for Chapter 9. I wanted to make another one of these just so that way we're all on the same page with the road ahead, what to expect from this chapter, and what's awaiting us essentially in the chapters even following this one. So the next two chapters, Chapter 9 and Chapter 10, are going to focus really solely on energy. Something that we haven't talked about yet, so we're introducing this for the first time. This chapter, Chapter 9, talks mainly about energy, kinetic energy, and work done by the environment on a system. The next chapter, Chapter 10, deals mainly with potential energy. Now, these concepts are really interrelated, so there will be a lot of times where I might blur the lines of this chapter or two a little bit. A few things I want to talk about before we get started is a basic definition of energy. Actually, I'm going to wait for the basic definition in an actual lecture video, but I do want to say that energy provides just a different way of looking at the world. Forces were one way of looking at it. Energy is another. The nice thing about energy is it doesn't require forces to really, do the same types of calculations. And that's interesting and kind of convenient for us because forces are vector quantities. They have direction. And so adding up all the little directional aspects of a problem can be really tedious sometimes, especially for odd scenarios or complicated scenarios. Energy, on the other hand, is a scalar quantity, so there is no direction associated with it. It's just a number. And so in some ways that's a lot more convenient to work with. In other ways it requires a little bit more bookkeeping to make sure that we're really specifically talking about energy in a certain situation. And I really do want to stress that the energy method and the force method of tackling a problem are equivalent, and they give you the exact same results. So it's not like we're doing something completely different. It's simply a different way of looking at it. So the last thing I want to stress here is that the concept of a system versus the environment is going to become even more crucial to really internalize for us. We're going to really be talking about energy of a system and work done by the environment on that system and how that changes the energy of the system. So I think we talked about that back in Chapter 7. Brush up on that if you haven't already. Again, Chapters 9 and 10 are really interconnected, so there will be times that I talk about potential energy before we formally get into Chapter 10 next week. But again, just wanted to lay out a roadmap here. I really recommend reading this chapter and the next chapter. I know that that's probably not something that you're used to doing in this class, but especially since we moved online, I think it might actually be really beneficial. So that's this intro video. Stay tuned for a couple lecture videos heading your way. Have a great day.